Alright folks, what's going on? It's Forza here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. This time it's going to be a little bit different compared to the normal FIFA content we do. Today we're going to actually be describing how you can turn your Xbox Series X onto 120 FPS, because believe it or not, both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, it doesn't come on automatically. So you will, if you just turn on the consoles, you'll be playing at 60 FPS. You actually have to mess around in the settings to get it on to 120. In general, you should be doing this, but also I wanted to do particularly because this week we got confirmation that FIFA 23 will be able to be played at 120 FPS. So if you're on either of these consoles, it just makes sense to do so. So if you find this video useful, please do leave a thumbs up on it. I'd be really appreciate it. Let me know I can do some sort of content like this again in the future. And if you're new, hit that subscribe button. There's going to be lots of content coming up very soon with the release of the new game. Okay, so we're going to start from the main screen, and I'll sort of run through step by step. So the main thing you want to do is go on to your settings. That stage is self-explanatory. It's going to be in general, and you're going to go to TV and display options. Now, right away here in all these options, there's nothing you can do to change the hertz rate, which relates to the FPS rate. Like, you can pick the resolution, there's device control, but there's nothing here to actually change the rate. And that's because you have to go into video fidelity and overscan and change a setting. So you need to go into this initially whenever, like, just for the Xbox Series X, whenever and it's probably the same for the Series S, whenever you go to the display option, it's going to be set to the recommended, which is auto detect between HDMI or DVI. Because it's not set on a consistent one though, that means you're not allowed to change like the hertz rate you want for the monitor, which can affect how the FPS comes through. So what you need to do is select HDMI, and then this here is going to say you override the TV's recommended settings, and all good. You just go ahead with it. So click use manual settings, and then it's going to do like a little reset here. It'll take a couple seconds. What you'll probably find, and you can see here, is that the resolution gets really scuffed when you first do this, but it's a very easy fix. You're going to press B to go back out to the main settings, and you can see straight away here there's resolution and refresh rate. I'm going to go put your resolution onto 1440p if you have a 1440p monitor. Mine's is 1080p, so I'm going to pick 1080p for mine. And then your resolution, I can say yes, I want to keep this resolution. And then it's going to like just take another couple seconds to reset, and then if my capture card decides to come back on. So for me, because I had a capture card, it took about 10-15 seconds for things to sort itself. If you do have a capture card connected, you'll be fine. And see straight away here, you can see there's a refresh rate. Now, if you're, I'm not trying to go too in depth over. Basically, you might be wondering why this is like HZ beside it. It's for the hertz rate of the monitor. Basically, you can set the monitor rate into 120 hertz, which means if you are playing in 120 FPS, which the game will be able to do, you'll actually see it. If this stays on 60 hertz. And you're playing a game that can do 120 FPS, you're not going to actually feel the difference for the FPS, and that's just how it works. So you need to obviously, one, have a monitor that can support 120 hertz. You can get ones that have like 120, 140 hertz, 160 hertz, and then mine in this case is a 240 because I do use it for PC games too. And then you'll be good to go pretty much, and you'll need to be using an HDMI 2.1 cable from the Xbox to the monitor or the TV, and that cable comes with the Xbox, so there's no worries there. All you need to do is click this refresh rate and click it on to 120. I'm going to get the pre-order now because I've got a capture card in, and it's an older capture card. My display that you guys can see isn't going to pick anything up, unfortunately, but all you have to do after this is change it on to 120 hertz, and you'll be good to go. You'll be able to play your games 1080p or 1440p depending on what you've picked. 120 hertz setting, which means you'll actually get the effect of the 120 FPS. And as I say, I've just selected it. It gives me the option on my screen right now to keep this refresh rate. I can say yes, all good to go. I'm good to go play games. But as you can see, you just see my webcam now, and I think you guys probably see it here. It says no signal. So that's because my capture card doesn't support 120 hertz, unfortunately, or 120 FPS. So I have to change it back into 60. So I mean, on that note, if any capture card companies want to send me a new capture card, I'd greatly appreciate it. But that's that. It's something that's not very well detailed at all by Microsoft or anywhere for how to do it. The fact that it's actually hidden until you change the fidelity and overscan mode probably confuses a lot of people. So hopefully this video can be helpful for that, and it makes it a very easy way for you guys to get on to 120 hertz and enjoy the games in the full quality, in the full frames per second that you can. As I said, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, and I'll greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around here. FIFA 23 is out in like a month and a half or so, so like the content is going to pick up a lot more once that comes out and it's all fresh, and I look forward to that. But I'll see you in the next video, guys. It'll be Custom Tactics on Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next one.